Can I ask you something? How do you want people to remember you? Is it for your accomplishments, the awards you've got, or the impact you've made? Or is it more about how you made others feel? Honestly, the most important thing in life isn't about creating an empire. It's about lifting people up. Kindness is the one thing that always matters. When you're kind to someone, you're planting seeds that grow in ways you might never notice, but trust me, they definitely grow. In life, we often get wrapped up in what we can accomplish, hitting milestones, reaching goals, getting recognized. We chase after success, money, and power, thinking that's what will define our legacy and how people remember us. But the truth is, the real impact we leave isn't about our achievements, awards, or possessions. It's about how we treat others and the kindness we show along the way. In the end, people remember how you made them feel. It's not just about what you said or did. It's those little acts of kindness, the moments when you really get someone, and the unexpected generosity that people remember long after you're gone. Your achievements might fade, but the kindness you show can stick around, making a difference in the lives of those you've touched. When we look at great figures in history, it's usually their character, their humanity, and how they connected with others through simple gestures that really shine. Kindness is something we all get. It cuts through all sorts of barriers like race, money, and culture. It doesn't matter where you come from or what you've been through. Kindness is a language we all speak. When you decide to be kind, you're saying, "I see you, I respect you, and you matter to me." That's huge because deep down, we all want to be seen and appreciated. When someone shows us respect, it really sticks with us and makes a lasting impression. The moment's gone, but kindness still doesn't get the credit it deserves. We're in a world where success is usually measured by titles, cash, and power, and kindness can sometimes be viewed as a weakness. But true kindness isn't weak at all. It takes a ton of strength and guts to be kind in a world that often rewards selfishness and apathy. Being kind, even when it's tough or you don't get anything in return, shows real inner strength. Kindness isn't about getting something back. It's all about what you give to others without expecting anything in return. The awesome part is that kindness usually creates a chain reaction. When you're kind to someone, they're more likely to pass it on and spread that good energy to someone else. It's like tossing a pebble into a pond. The ripples go out in ways you might not even see, but they definitely do spread. That's the magic of kindness. It multiplies and keeps on going. Changing not just one life, but a bunch of them is totally possible. Remember a time when someone blew you away with their kindness? Maybe it was a mentor who really listened when you were struggling, a friend who had your back even when they didn't have to, or a random stranger who made your day brighter with a little gesture. Those moments stay with you. They're etched in your mind because they hit home. Everyone wants to feel important and like they count, and it's those moments that really build a legacy. It's not about the trophies, cash, or fame. What really matters is the difference you make in people's lives. And kindness doesn't have to be grand. It's often the little things we do every day, like holding the door for someone, flashing a smile, or actually checking in on how someone's doing and really listening to them. Those small acts might seem minor in the moment, but they can really change someone's day. A simple kind gesture can boost someone's mood, ease their burden, and remind them they're not alone. Realizing that you're not alone is such a valuable thing, and anyone can share that, no matter who they are or what they've got. But being kind isn't always easy. Sometimes it can be really hard, especially when you're feeling frustrated, stressed, or exhausted. Some people might not react nicely or see the good in what you're trying to do, and there will be times when it feels simpler to just walk away instead of being understanding. But those are the moments when kindness really counts. It's in those moments when you can really make a difference. Choosing to be kind, even when times are tough, means rising above the negativity and focusing on what really matters, our shared humanity. It's about understanding that everyone has their own battles. Behind every face is a story, a struggle, a challenge. Sometimes, your kindness can be the light someone needs in their darkest times. When all is said and done, the legacy you leave won't be about your achievements. In the end, what really matters is how you affected people's lives, lifted them up, and showed them kindness. They might forget the details of what you did, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. They'll cherish the warmth of your kindness and how you treated them with respect. That's the real legacy. Not what you achieved, but the kindness you shared. Kindness isn't just a choice, it's a lasting impact that stays with people. Kindness is often thought of as something we show to people we're close to, like friends, family, or co-workers. But true kindness is much bigger than that. It's not just for the people who are nice to us or who can do something for us in return. When kindness is at its best, it's for everyone. It shouldn't be reserved for just a select few or only given when it's easy. Kindness should be shared freely. When we talk about kindness, we need to remember it shouldn't come with any expectations. True kindness is all about showing compassion, empathy, and understanding to everyone, no matter who they are or what they've done. It's easy to be nice to people who think like us or who we think deserve kindness, but the real challenge and the real beauty of kindness is when we show it to those who are different from us. If you're going through a rough patch, or even if someone has treated you badly, one of the best things about kindness is how it can connect people. In a world that often feels split up by race, religion, money, or politics, kindness can cut through all that. When you choose to be kind to someone, no matter who they are or what they believe, you're basically saying that their humanity matters more than all that other stuff. Recognizing people with labels shows you appreciate them as individuals, and everyone deserves that, no matter what they're going through. Just think about how much better things could be if we all practiced that kind of kindness. If every chat was about supporting each other instead of putting each other down, the world would look a lot different. The reality is, we never really know what someone else is facing. That person who comes off as rude or distant might be dealing with stuff we can't even imagine. They could be having a rough time. Sometimes we run into challenges that we can't even wrap our heads around. When we're kind, we give people a little breather, a moment where they feel seen and supported, even if it's just for a second. And kindness doesn't have to be about grand gestures or massive donations. It's usually the small stuff we do every day that really counts. A smile, a nice word, or helping someone out when they're struggling. Those little things can really boost someone's mood and make them feel acknowledged and valued. Kindness isn't about who you are or what you can offer in return. The awesome thing about kindness is that it's for everyone, whether you've got a lot or just enough to get by. Kindness doesn't discriminate, and we shouldn't either. Honestly, some of the most meaningful acts of kindness come from helping those who can't give anything back. When you reach out to someone who's struggling or going through a rough patch, it really makes a difference. That's when kindness really makes a difference. It's not about what you gain from it, but how you can impact someone else's life. It's about making things a little easier for someone else, even if you never find out what happens next. There's also something deeper about kindness that many people overlook. Being kind benefits not just the person receiving it, but also the one giving it. When you show kindness, it creates a ripple effect that affects both you and those around you. Research has shown that these acts of kindness, being kind, can really make you feel better, ease your stress, and increase your overall happiness. When you treat others well, you're also treating yourself well. It helps create connections and a sense of community, which we all need. Kindness kicks off a positive cycle that brings even more kindness, compassion, and empathy. But the key is that kindness has to be genuine. It's not about pretending or doing nice things just to impress others. Real kindness comes from the heart. Being genuine means valuing what others offer, seeing them as real people, and treating them with the respect and kindness they deserve. The real challenge is being kind even when it's tough, inconvenient, or when the other person doesn't seem to deserve it at the moment. There will be times when it's hard to be kind, especially when someone's words or actions make it tough to show compassion. But those are exactly the moments when kindness is needed the most. People who are hard to love often need love the most. Their anger, rudeness, or indifference might just be their way of showing they're hurting inside. If you respond with kindness, you could be giving them something really important, like hope, a sense of belonging, or just the feeling that someone actually cares. In the end, kindness is for everyone because we're all in this together. We share this world, and how we treat each other really shapes the kind of world we live in when we choose to be kind. We're working on building a culture where empathy and respect come first, prioritizing human connection instead of division. We might not always agree or fully get where everyone is coming from, but being kind helps bridge those gaps and lets us find common ground in our shared humanity. In the end, kindness isn't just about who gets it, it's about the idea behind it. It's recognizing that everyone, regardless of their situation, behavior, or background, deserves to be treated with dignity. When we decide to treat everyone with respect and kindness, we're making a world where compassion and empathy really count, where every person is appreciated just for being human. That's the kind of world we want. People often think of kindness as something gentle or simple, like a quick, polite gesture or a nice word. But real kindness, the kind that's sincere and steady, takes a lot of strength. It takes courage, resilience, and discipline to be kind in a world like this. Life can be pretty tough sometimes, but being kind is one of the strongest things you can do. It usually means putting your own feelings and frustrations aside to show compassion and understanding to others, even when it's not easy. In a world that often focuses on competition and success, being kind can feel like a brave choice. It's easy to get angry when someone's being aggressive, or to just shut down when everything feels cold and unfeeling. But kindness pushes you to rise above all that. It's telling you to be kind, even when it's tough, to be understanding when it's easier to jump to conclusions, and to lend a hand even if you won't get anything in return. That's not being weak, that's being strong. One of the first signs that kindness is strong is being able to manage your own feelings. Life throws a lot of annoying, angering, or hurtful stuff at you, like someone cutting you off in traffic, a coworker taking credit for your work, or a stranger being rude. It's totally normal to want to react when someone's being rude. It's easy to want to fight back or just shut down. But being kind means taking a breath, stepping back, and choosing to be understanding instead of angry. That choice takes real strength because it means keeping your emotions in check. It's not about pretending you're not affected. It's about knowing you can choose how to react. You can't always control what happens to you or how people treat you, but you can control how you react. Kindness is like a superpower. It helps you rise above your initial reactions and choose to uplift others instead of bringing them down. A lot of people miss this point, but it's one of the most important skills you can have in life. Plus, being kind takes courage because it means being vulnerable and letting people in. Sometimes, you just gotta be nice, even if you don't know how it'll go over. Some folks will appreciate it, while others might not give a damn or might even react badly. You might try to lend a hand, and they might turn you away. You could say something sweet to someone who's struggling, and they might just brush you off or bite back. It can really bring you down when your kindness isn't acknowledged, but that's when you gotta stay strong. Being kind isn't about getting anything in return. It's just about doing the nice thing. It's all about doing the right thing just because it's the right thing, no matter what. It takes a lot of grit to keep being nice when people don't appreciate it, and it feels like everyone's against you. It takes real strength to keep giving when you're not getting anything in return, and to stay compassionate when others are being cold or dismissive. But that's what true kindness is. Just giving for the sake of giving, no strings attached. There's definitely strength in that, being nice to people who might not deserve it. We live in a world where kindness usually comes with strings attached. People are friendly when it's easy or when they benefit from it. But true strength is about being kind to those who might not have earned it, at least not in the usual sense. It's about showing compassion to someone who's hurt you, or giving respect to someone who doesn't share your values or beliefs. This kind of kindness requires a lot of empathy and emotional resilience because it means putting your own feelings aside. Your ego, pride, and even your pain can make it hard to reach out and do something nice. Being kind to someone who's hurt you or seems undeserving doesn't mean you're letting them off the hook or being a pushover. It's about choosing to respond with grace instead of anger. It's about being the bigger person when it'd be so easy to stay mad. Making that choice takes a lot of strength. It's way easier to hold a grudge or get back at someone who's wronged you, but kindness really counts. Forget about seeking revenge and try to respond with love and understanding. That doesn't mean you have to put yourself at risk or let people take advantage of you. It just means you choose to act with dignity and compassion, no matter what's going on around you. Keep in mind, being kind takes real strength because it's often a long game. You might not see the impact of your kindness right away. Sometimes you won't even notice the difference you're making in other people's lives, and that can be tough. You might not always get credit for your hard work, but true kindness takes time to show. It's about understanding that every kind word, every generous act, and every moment of compassion makes a difference. You might not notice the impact right away, but it counts in the grand scheme of things. Kindness isn't just about making people feel good. It's about making the world a better place. It's about creating an environment where empathy, understanding, and compassion can thrive. That kind of work requires commitment. Strength isn't just about having big muscles. It's about hanging in there when times get tough. One of the best ways to show your strength is by helping others, giving them hope, and proving that being kind is not a sign of weakness. It's actually one of the strongest things we can do as people. Kindness isn't for the weak. It's for those who can choose to be compassionate when faced with anger, understanding when dealing with ignorance, and loving when encountered with indifference. It truly takes strength to do that. Being kind is a strength that can change not just your life, but also the lives of the people around you. Kindness is simple yet powerful. Even a little act can make a big difference. One of the coolest things about kindness is how it spreads hope in a world where everyone faces struggles and disappointments every day. Kindness can light up the darkness, providing comfort and a fresh start. It gives people a reason to believe that better days are coming and that there's still good in the world. There are folks out there who truly care, and kindness can really make a difference. It all kicks off with just being nice to someone. When someone gets a kind gesture, it really resonates with them. It goes deeper than just the surface and touches a basic human need. The desire to feel seen, valued, and supported during tough times. When everything feels overwhelming, even a little kindness can spark hope and remind someone they're not on their own. Even though things are rough right now, there's still good stuff out there and people who genuinely care. That's what makes kindness so powerful. It lifts people up and helps them keep going. Hope can feel really delicate, especially during tough times or when things are uncertain. When someone's going through a hard time, whether it's losing someone, financial struggles, or just the everyday hustle, hope can feel really far away. But when someone shows even a tiny bit of kindness, it can change everything. A nice word, a smile, or even just lending a hand can totally change things. It's that little bit of hope that reminds folks they're not alone in their tough times. Kindness builds a bridge between people, creating a connection, even with strangers, that says, "I see you and I care about what you're going through." This connection spreads hope, reminding us we're all in this together. Life isn't something we have to tackle on our own. When someone shows kindness, it really makes a difference. They're showing that love and compassion are still alive and well in the world, and that can really boost someone's mood and help them find the strength to carry on. Plus, when people experience kindness, it often inspires them to pay it forward. There's just something about getting a nice gesture that makes folks want to share that same good energy with others. It creates a chain reaction where one little act of kindness leads to another, and before you know it, kindness is all around. It goes from one person to another, impacting lives in significant ways. Every time someone shows kindness, hope spreads along with it, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond that first act. Imagine someone having a tough day. Maybe they're stressed out at work, dealing with personal issues, or just feeling overwhelmed. Then, out of the blue, someone does something nice for them, like giving a compliment, helping out, or just being understanding. That small act of kindness might seem minor, but it can really change things. It might be small, but to the person receiving it, it can be a reminder that things aren't all bad, that there are still good moments even when times are tough. Just that little reminder can really change their perspective, helping them see that things might not be as terrible as they believed. When that shift happens, they might feel motivated to pass that kindness on to someone else, keeping the cycle of hope alive. The best part about kindness is that it doesn't have to be anything big or complicated. Sometimes the simplest gestures matter the most. Holding the door for someone, saying a kind word to a stranger, or just lending an ear to someone who needs to chat. These little things might seem small, but they can mean the world to someone going through a rough patch. When these gestures come from genuine care and compassion, they become more than just quick acts of kindness. They turn into seeds of hope that can really take root and flourish in the lives of those who feel them. Kindness spreads hope because it comes from a place of empathy. Being kind to someone shows that you see them as a fellow human. You recognize that they have their own struggles, dreams, and feelings, just like you. That shared humanity is what makes kindness so powerful. It breaks down barriers and reminds us we're all in this together. We all face challenges in life, And kindness is a way of saying, I understand, and I'm here for you. This connection gives people hope and reminds them they're not alone, that they're part of a larger community that cares. In a world that often feels split and distant, kindness is what brings us together. It cuts through our differences, whether it's our backgrounds, cultures, or beliefs, and reminds us we're all connected as humans. When you show kindness to someone, you're planting a little hope, not just in their life, but in the world around you. That hope can blossom in ways you might never see, affecting lives you don't even know about, but it's real. And the good vibes it spreads stick around for a while. There's something really special about that. It's great to see that kindness exists, and there are actually people who really want to help and care for others. This thought gives us hope, not just for individuals, but for society overall. It shows us that despite all the tough times, there's still good out there. As long as kindness keeps spreading, hope will follow. In the end, kindness and hope go hand in hand. When you're kind, you're not just making someone's day better, you're giving them hope. The world can be a better place, and I really hope people realize they're not alone. Even when things get rough, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Kindness spreads hope because it shows we're all human and in this together. That's the true power of kindness. It lifts people up and helps them find the strength to keep pushing through, no matter what they're dealing with. Kindness has this incredible ability that goes beyond just what we do. A smile, a compliment, or lending a hand might seem like little things, but kindness really goes a long way. It's not just about being nice. It can truly lift people up. It provides emotional support, helps people believe in humanity again, and reminds them they matter. Just being kind can turn someone's day around, change how they see things, and sometimes even change their life. That power to lift others is what makes kindness so awesome. At its core, kindness is really about seeing the value in other people. It's about noticing when someone's having a hard time and choosing to be compassionate instead of judgmental. When you're kind, you're saying that the person in front of you deserves care, respect, and understanding. Just recognizing that can really boost someone's spirits, especially if they feel ignored or unappreciated. A lot of folks go through life feeling overlooked, undervalued, or weighed down by their own problems. Life can be heavy sometimes, but a little kindness can really show someone they matter and that someone cares, even if just for a bit. That kind of recognition can boost someone's mood and give them the strength to face whatever's thrown at them. Plus, being kind can spark hope when times are tough. When someone's having a hard time, whether it's personal issues, emotional pain, or just feeling lonely, kindness can be the light that helps them find their way through the dark, reminding them that even when life gets hard, there are still people who care. This really resonates because when we're struggling, it's so easy to lose faith in others or feel like we're fighting our battles all alone. But when someone reaches out, says something nice, or just listens, it really helps. It reminds us we're not alone, that there are people willing to help, and that there's still some good in the world. Kindness has this incredible way of boosting our mood. Life can be a lot to deal with, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Life can get pretty tough with all the responsibilities, setbacks, and personal issues we face. But when someone shows you a bit of kindness, it reminds you that you don't have to deal with everything alone. Even something as simple as someone holding the door for you, giving you a smile, or letting you skip ahead in line can really change your day. These little acts of kindness create a moment of connection that shows just how crucial community and support are. Plus, being kind not only lifts others up emotionally, It also helps everyone feel better overall by boosting their spirits. Many people struggle with feeling inadequate or doubting themselves, thinking they don't deserve kindness or compassion. But when someone shows them kindness, especially when they least expect it or feel unworthy, it can really change their perspective. It helps them understand that they do deserve kindness and respect, and that they matter to others. Recognizing their own worth can be incredibly empowering and can really boost their confidence in embracing their value and then pass that kindness along to others. Kindness also brings hope when things get rough. When life feels like too much, it's easy to get down or overlook the good stuff still out there. But kindness helps us remember that even when times are tough, there are still good things happening. For example, think about someone who's going through a hard time. Maybe they lost their job, are dealing with health issues, or facing personal loss. In the midst of their struggle, a nice gesture from a friend, a stranger, or even a co-worker can really remind us that things aren't all bad. That small act can inspire someone to keep going, believe that things can get better, and see that there are people who actually care. One of the best things about being kind is that it not only lifts up the person receiving it, but also makes the giver feel good too. There's something really fulfilling about helping others and making a positive impact in their lives when you show kindness to someone. You're not just making them feel good, you're feeling good yourself too. Being kind brings us together and helps us understand each other better, creating a sense of shared humanity that helps both the person giving and the person receiving. Kindness is a win-win that builds community and support. Plus, it spreads out, lifting not just the person on the receiving end, but also anyone who sees it or feels affected by it. When someone sees a kind act, it motivates people to be nice, and that kicks off a chain reaction where kindness passes from one person to another, changing lives far beyond that first act. This ripple effect can really boost entire communities, since even the smallest acts of kindness help create a bigger culture of caring and support. It's important to realize that being kind to others doesn't have to be a huge deal or require a lot. Sometimes, the tiniest gestures make the biggest impact. A kind word or a simple action can mean a lot. Sometimes, just taking a moment to listen can really make a difference for someone who's down. What matters most is the intention behind it, the real desire to make someone else's day a little better, even if it's just for a bit. In the end, kindness helps people by building connections, offering support, and bringing hope. It's a reminder that no matter how hard things get, we're all in this together. When we show kindness, we're acknowledging each other's humanity and giving a helping hand when it's really needed. We all need kindness, whether it's giving someone a shoulder to lean on or bringing a little hope when life gets rough. Kindness can really lift people up in meaningful ways. In a world that often feels harsh and uncaring, kindness is what helps us all, one little gesture at a time. It's not just about being nice or making someone's day better. It's the core of what makes us human. Kindness isn't just about individual acts of care. It's what defines us. What makes us human is showing kindness. It's about realizing we all go through the same ups and downs and celebrating those moments together. Kindness, at its heart, brings us closer, fostering empathy, teamwork, and respect for one another. It's essential for our community, helping us create a world where we look out for each other and remember we're all in this together. Basically, kindness is just being empathetic. It's recognizing that everyone else matters too. Just like us, everyone has feelings, needs, and struggles. When we're kind, We're connecting over what it means to be human. We see someone having a tough time and want to help. We notice someone in pain and want to comfort them. That empathy is what being human is all about. We're not on our own. We're part of a bigger community, and kindness shows that we're all connected. It helps us look past our own interests and care for those around us. Kindness can really tear down walls, both the ones we see and the ones we don't. We live in a world that often feels divided by race, religion, politics, or money. These divides can lead to misunderstandings, fear, and even anger. But kindness breaks through all that. It's a language everyone understands. When we're kind to someone, no matter who they are or where they come from, we're acknowledging their humanity. We're basically saying, "You matter. You deserve respect." Compassion is a powerful way to help us connect and come together in a world that usually emphasizes individualism and self-interest. Kindness shows us just how crucial community is. We're social beings, and our survival and happiness depend on working together and having each other's backs. Kindness brings us closer as a community by promoting cooperation and teamwork. When people treat each other with kindness, they build a vibe of trust and respect, and it makes it a lot easier for people to come together and solve problems, help each other out when needed, and work towards a better future. The impact of kindness goes way beyond just the moment you show it. When you're nice to someone, you not only make their day better, but you also contribute to a larger culture of caring. Kindness is contagious. When someone experiences it, they usually want to share it with others. When you do something nice for someone, it can kick off a chain reaction. One good deed leads to another, and before you know it, it spreads everywhere, affecting so many lives. This is how kindness helps make a more caring and compassionate society, where people are more likely to look out for one another and help out when someone's in need. Kindness also helps create a fairer world. When we show kindness, we're saying that everyone deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, no matter who they are. Everyone has their own story and battles, and they deserve some compassion. This is super important in a world where inequality and unfairness can make people feel overlooked or ignored. A little kindness can really help spark social change, supporting those who are struggling and creating a more inclusive community. It challenges the idea that some folks are more worthy of help than others, and instead pushes the belief that everyone deserves kindness. Being kind really brings people together and has a big impact on our mental and emotional health, both for the giver and the receiver. When we do something nice for someone, it makes us feel good. Acts of kindness release brain chemicals like oxytocin and serotonin, which lift our happiness and well-being. It's like a positive cycle. The more kindness we show, the better we feel, and the more we want to keep it going. This not only helps us feel better as individuals, but also makes the whole community better. When people are kind to each other, it creates an atmosphere where everyone feels valued and supported, which boosts happiness and satisfaction. Kindness is also crucial for building resilience, both individually and as a community. Life can get hard, and we all go through challenges at some point, but knowing we can rely on others' kindness helps us get through those rough patches. A kind word, a helping hand, or just knowing someone cares can really change things. When times get tough, having support and a sense of community really helps us recover. It makes our society stronger, especially during crises when kindness really stands out. It brings people together and helps them face even the toughest challenges. Ultimately, being kind isn't just for one person. It's something we all contribute to. That's how we build a world that reflects the best in us. When we choose to be kind, we're really just deciding to help each other out and make the world a better place. We're joining a community that values compassion, empathy, and respect. By doing this, we're aiming for a world where everyone has a fair chance to succeed. Kindness brings us together, promotes fairness, and makes us stronger and healthier. It's a powerful force for good. Being kind can totally change our lives and the world around us, especially since so many folks feel lonely, separated, or bogged down by life's struggles. It helps us push ahead, rooted in our shared humanity and our capacity to look out for one another. When we choose to be kind, we're building a better, more connected, and more caring world.